Not everything that you've been taught is right.
That's right. That's right.
So Joshua says you got to make a decision today. Who will you serve? Will it be God or will it be the gods that your father served? Or are you going to do what mama and daddy did? Just because it's all you know. But then he says you can serve the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. So the Amorites were all thick up in the land. They were supposed to be expelling them, but we know how that went. So they were living in an Amorite society. Billboards and Amorite writing on it, and the radio had Amorite radio hosts speaking Amorite doctrine, and everywhere they turned, they were in that land of the Amorites. At the churches, the preacher got up and preached about the Amorites. They were living in an Amorite society, and so he says that you can either serve God, you can serve the God that your mama and daddy served, or you can serve the God that society says you're supposed to serve.
All right.
See, society says you're supposed to do things a certain way, and you're supposed to worship a certain way. Society says you're supposed to worship on a certain day. Society says everything you need is within yourself. Some parts of society say there is no God. We're here because of evolution and the Big Bang Theory, and that we've evolved from a single cell amoeba. Some places of society says that money is king. And he who has the most money is God, because he's the one that holds the power. Yeah. Will you serve the gods of society? So you got to make some decisions today. Some of us are chasing after the gods of society. We'll do anything society says we should do in order to be acceptable in society. Not to be embarrassed in society. We're serving the wrong gods. And Joshua lays out 3 choices. You can serve God, then you got 2 other choices. Fall back on what mom and daddy always did just because they did it, and you're not trying to learn anything else. Or you can follow the trends of society. So society says God is within you. You make your own decisions, and you follow your own way. You make your own way. You are a God unto yourself. These folk that are saying there is no God. You have to make a decision and choose who you're going to serve. Amen. You got to decide between false worship and true worship. You got to decide between the present and the future.
Come on.
You got to decide between the indulgence of your lust and the approval of your conscience as the still small voice of the Holy Spirit speaks to you. Yeah. You got to make some decisions today. As you make decisions, please keep in mind that there's nobody else out there like the Lord.
That's right.
There's nobody else out there who loves you like the Lord.
That's right.
There's nobody else out there who can do you like the Lord or who has done you like the Lord. And there's no one else out there with the power that the Lord has. So I pray today, as you make up your mind who you're going to serve, that you decide to serve the Lord. Me and my house, we made up our mind.
Come on.
We're going to serve the Lord. Decisions. We've all got to make decisions. Like all of you, I've had to make many decisions in my life. I had to decide whether or not I was going to marry my wife. You know, she was acting up before we got married. I was about to put her away. And once you get married, there comes a time in your marriage where you have to decide whether or not you're going to stay married. Am I right? Like, oh, I thought she was acting up before. She really acting up now. I don't know about this one, Lord. You trying to make up your mind. Am I going to stay married? Lord, help us to make the right decisions. I had to decide whether or not I was going to accept this call to ministry.
All right.
You know, I wanted to be an airplane pilot, and the calling was on me, and I knew it was serious, and that God would ask me to do some things I didn't really want to do, or go some places I didn't really want to go. I had a serious decision to make to accept the call to ministry. When I understood the Sabbath for myself, I had to decide to keep the 7th day holy, even when I needed to work because I needed money, or I wanted to play because everyone else was out playing. I had some decisions to make.
That's right.
I remember one of the toughest decisions I ever had to make was when my mother passed. Remember, I was at Oakwood College and she was home in Denver, Colorado, and I got the call from my grandfather. He said to me and my sister, "You all need to come home because your mom is very ill." Just seemed to happen out of nowhere. When we got back from Alabama to Denver, went straight to the hospital and my mom was on the respirator. The doctor said, "Well, there's a chance, but it's very, very slim." And so we had to decide whether or not to keep her on the respirator or to take her off and watch her life expire. One of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make. But we ask the Lord to guide us through the decision. And I know that you are no stranger to making decisions. You probably have similar stories to mine. We had tough decisions to make. Sometimes you made the right choice, sometimes you made the wrong choice, but you are no stranger to making decisions.
That's right.
But when I read the Bible, I find that Jesus Christ is no stranger to making decisions.
All right.
The Bible tells us that from the foundation of the world, a decision was made to put a plan in place just in case mankind sinned.
Come on, come on.
See, the Lord is no stranger to making decisions. When man did sin, he made a decision to give up all the glory of heaven. There never was night. All the angels praised him. His throne was alive. A river flowed from his throne. Everything gave him praise. It was bright. It was light. It was beautiful. But he made the decision to give it all up, to come down to this dark and dreary world to save our souls. Jesus is no stranger to making decisions. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Christ had another decision to make. On his knees, speaking to his Father in heaven, he prayed, "Take this cup from me." Then he said it again, "Take it from me." 3 times he prayed the same prayer the Bible tells us, where he was pleading with his Father to take the cup from him. But I'm so glad that Jesus made the decision to go through with the plan of salvation. And he said, "Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done." Christ is no stranger to making decisions.
That's right.
I'm so glad that Christ did what he did.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
His sacrifice makes it easy for me to make my decision.
Yeah.
His love for me makes it easy for me to make my decision. His acceptance of me makes it easy to make a decision. His forgiveness of my sins makes it easy for me to make a decision. His daily provisions for me makes it easy for me to make a decision. His protection of me while I walk through the valley of the shadow of death makes it easy for me to make my decision. Knowing that he will supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory makes it easy for me to make my decision. So church, I say to you today, you got a decision to make. You got to choose today who you will serve. Will you serve God? Or will you serve the gods that mommy and daddy served? Or will you serve the gods of society?
Come on, come on.
And if you say today, I will serve the Lord because all that he's done, then you need to put away those idols that you've been secretly worshiping. You got a decision to make today. I'm asking you to bow your heads and close your eyes right now. And think about the challenge that is before you. Who will you serve? For no man can serve 2 masters. Either he will love the one and hate the other, or hate one and love the other. But you cannot serve God and mammon. Choose this day who you will serve.
Yeah.